Hey guys, welcome back to Magic TV. My name's Craig. It's 9 o'clock on a Sunday, which means it's time for a review show special. Now, this is where I take a deep dive into a particular product, a trick, or creator, and I kind of really go deep on one particular effect. And today, I'm going to be talking about this Minibook Pro by Trick Boom, a company, a brand new company, ran by Noel Qualter and Roddy McGhie. Now, I want to tell you a couple of things about this. Now, first of all, I've had this for a long time. I've had this for probably about 3 or 4 months now. Noel and I have sat down a few times, and I think the first time he showed me this was at the Session Magic Convention this year in January, and then we sat down and chatted about it again at Blackpool. We've met a couple of times in London, and at one point I was going to be on the project, but then I got really heavily involved with America's Got Talent with Ryland, and so that never ended up happening. The reason I tell you this is because I want you to understand I've had this for a long time, so I haven't bought this. I have a couple of these. I have 3 or 4 of these. I have the original prototypes, and I've been doing it for a long time. That does not make me biased, despite what people will tell you. However, because, I'm going to give you my honest opinion. But this opinion is going to hopefully carry a lot of weight, because this is something that I've actually been gigging in the real world for quite a long time, and therefore I know exactly how it plays. So first of all, what is Minibook Pro? Well, the whole idea of Minibook Pro is that you get a mini laptop, and the laptop looks like this. You get a mini laptop that's designed to look like a mini Apple laptop. That's the laptop right there. And you can either bring this out your pocket or you can produce it. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. And you use this laptop to basically explain to the people that you're performing for that this laptop has a really high processing power and it can actually find anybody's playing card. And you proceed to show them this by having a card picked, having a card signed, and having them put the card into the laptop, and that information helps you find the card. Unfortunately, you fail. It's kind of a magician in trouble type scenario, and then eventually they look back at the laptop, and the laptop has now changed into a playing card. And when they open up the laptop and they unfold it, it's not just any playing card, but it's their signed playing card. That's exactly how it plays. Now, before we go any further, I'm going to show you a performance to Jack. Jack's never seen this before, so I've brought him in. I'm going to give you a full performance of it so you can see exactly what this looks like and what it's all about. And then when you've seen a full performance, I'm going to bring it back into the studio and tell you exactly what I think. And it's all about tech. Now, I know you've got an Android that you use in your day-to-day life, but we don't hold that against you. You do, however, have a work iPhone. So can I borrow the work phone? Would that be okay? You can do this with an Android. I just don't want to catch something. So,
You boys make way too much.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to... Apple have set up this website for this new piece of tech that they've just announced. It's called Minibook. And it's like another one of their MacBook range. You've got the MacBook Air, you've got the MacBook Pro, now you've got the Minibook Pro.
Minibook Pro.
Minibook Pro. Go on to Safari, go to minibook.pro, and you'll see it. Now, this is the most exciting piece of tech to come out of Apple since probably the Apple Watch.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. And the reason is they've really taken the MacBook Air and shrunk it down.
Okay.
Still the same processing power. Like, it's incredible what they've managed to achieve. This is it. Have a look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Like, look at it. Look at the curves. It's sleek. Like I say, the processing power is great. There's one problem with it, which is it's
The fuck?
a little bit smaller than your normal iPhone. Your normal. Like, what's the matter? You look confused.
Of course I'm confused. What the fuck is that?
No, have a look at it. That's the new piece of tech.
Is it?
That costs a fortune, man. The exciting thing is it comes preloaded with a bunch of tricks for magicians. Would you like to see one?
Sure.
I thought you would. Well, I've got a pack of cards here, as you can see. 52 cards, 52 possibilities. Exactly. All there, all different. And you're going to grab one of these, okay? You can have any one you want to. So I'll riffle down the deck. Just say stop.
Stop.
Right there, you sure?
Yep.
That's the card. Can you see it?
Yep.
Cool. What I want you to do is just write your name on it for me, if you could, please. And that would be amazing. Excellent. That's the card. It's very important you remember that card, because later on when I dramatically say, this is your card, if you go, I don't know, it does generally lose its impact a little bit. So really make sure that you remember that card.
Yeah, okay.
Now, what I can do is I can leave that card in the pack so that it's completely gone. However, I can find it, not your card, I can find it very, very easily using the power of that Minibook Pro.
Oh, I doubt that.
No, seriously, I'm not kidding. Right, all you have to do, I want you to type the name of the card into there. So the card that you picked, whatever it is, the card you signed, it's a little bit tricky sometimes. You need to get used to the keypad. But can you type the name of the card in there? Value and suit would be very important. And then put in a random 5-digit number.
I'm going to need a fucking toothpick for this.
No, it's really important that you do that. It's very, very important.
This is ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous.
Okay.
Have you done that?
Yeah.
Let me have a look. It's processing. Oh, it's done. That's good. It says that if you shuffle for 3 seconds and then deal to the 12th card, that will be the card that you picked. Seriously, pick it up, give them a shuffle for 3 seconds. Very important you only do it for 3 seconds. So go 1, 2, 3. Right, now turn them face down. And what position did I say?
12.
12. Deal 11 cards face down onto the table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That will be your card. Yeah.
I've done it.
Yeah, have a look.
It's not my card.
Hang on, shuffle those. Sorry, hang on. That's it. Deal to 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That'll be your card.
No.
This never doesn't work. Shuffle those. Maybe 11, it's 1 add 1, which is 2. Shuffle them, but you weren't shuffling for 3 seconds. That was 2 seconds. Shuffle again. That's 3. Right, now deal 2. 1, 2. Is that your card?
No.
What about the next one?
No.
I must have done something wrong. What was the name of your card?
As clubs.
Do me a favour, can you type it into the MacBook Pro again? Can you type Ace of Clubs in again for me? Would that be okay? I can't. What's the matter? What's happened?
What?
Well, hang on, what's happened to the MacBook Pro?
You tell me.
Oh my gosh, hang on, this is weird. Well, it's turned into a playing card.
Oh, what the fuck?
Not just any card, but a signed card. Was that your card?
It was.
See? It always knows. Most advanced technology in the world, and I tell you what, you can have that as a souvenir. So a few things that you need to know. First of all, the box. I know that some people will say that packaging isn't important, and in many ways I agree with you. However, the packaging for this is just simply beautiful. It really is. It looks like the sort of thing that would be on the shelves in an Apple store. The packaging looks great, and in the packaging you get a bunch of the playing cards, and you get this little laptop. So you get the laptop, you get a bunch of the playing cards, and unless you do a non-signed version, and honestly I think the power of this is the fact that the card is signed, you're going to give one of those cards away every single time. Now, refills are available from all good magic shops, and just so you know, during the course of the routine, you're going to be folding up that signed card secretly. Now the guys go into many different ways to do this, but the reason I tell you this is it doesn't matter how good a Mercury card fold you've got, you're never going to make it perfect. And this routine requires the fold to be absolutely perfect. So what they suggest you do is they suggest that you take the cards that are supplied with this and score them, and you can use John Allen's perfect score, which is a perfect way to do this. I've raved about perfect score before, or you can use a craft knife and you can be very careful and you can store it that way. Either way is fine. The point is you are going to need to score these cards. Now, the reason I'm telling you that is because refills are available from all good magic dealers, but if you go directly to Trick Trick Boom, for a couple of extra pounds, you can actually get pre-scored playing cards. So if you don't want to sit there and score them yourself, you can get pre-scored playing cards from Trick Trick Boom. So literally they come through the post and you're good to go. And they come in packs of 50, and I think they're like £15 or something. So they're very reasonably priced. And having spoken to Noel and Roddy, the reason that they've made them so cheap is they want this accessible for workers. They want people who work in the real world to be able to do this. And I can understand why, because this is a killer giveaway. It reminds me a little bit of a couple of different routines. It reminds me of Look Sharp by Wayne Goodman, but it's signed. But I remember the first time I saw Look Sharp, and somebody was holding a Sharpie marker that they used, and they were using it as a magic wand, and when they opened it up, the Sharpie marker was the playing card. They just started questioning reality. It was like, oh my God, I can't believe that that's actually the signed card. It was amazing. It got such great reactions. And then I did Lit for a long while, and Lit is another incredible trick where you have a kind of a similar sort of thing where a signed card actually turns into a box of matches. And that was so good. That was actually done on Britain's Got Talent. So, you know, there's a lot of routines that are kind of similar to this in a way. This is the best version that I've ever seen for a few different reasons. Now, the first reason is the little MacBook is so cute. It really is. When you bring this out and you make this appear, it's something that everybody wants to look at because they all know what a MacBook looks like, and they see this and it's like a mini MacBook. It's just a really cute thing. But not only is it really cute, you saw in the live performance that I did there, one of the really nice things about this routine is producing this from the spectator's phone. Now, when I first saw this, when Noel first showed me this many months ago, he was producing it out of his own phone. And I remember meeting up with him in London. He said, hey, I've had a breakthrough. I can now produce it from a spectator's phone. And that thing that you saw with Jack, that's exactly what it looks like. You produce the laptop from a spectator's phone. And the nice thing is, thanks to the genius that is Mark Kirstein, when they look at their phone later on, they're not going to be able to get that laptop back at all because of how the website works. It's only accessible if you know, even if you're a refresher. It's really clever. So first of all, you've got magic happening on the spectator's phone. Boom, and you pull this out. And then you open this and you put it on the table, or you put it into somebody's hand. You've got the routine, and then obviously eventually, as you saw in the live performance, this actually becomes the signed card. Now, there's a few different ways to go about with this. Now, the first way is the way that I just showed you, which is very simple and very direct. And that's one of the most important things that I want to bring to your attention, actually. The tutorial on this project is really good. It's like 3 hours long. There are so many live performances. It's ridiculous. You have Roddy and Noel teaching every aspect of the routine. You have lots of bonus ideas, lots of concepts. You have lots of different ways of doing this for every level of performer in terms of sleight of hand ability, no sleight of hand ability. They've got ways of doing this without a signature, with a signature. The way that Noel explains it, like the main handling, he uses a very simple switch. In the performance I just did, I used a shuttle pass, which is what I've ended up settling on, having performed it a few times. The key thing is, though, nobody looks at this. I had a table in front of me, so I put it down on the table. But when you're performing this in the real world, I just have someone hold their hand out, and I'm having them hold their hand out and use the laptop, and then you put it back into their hand again, and you're over here, and nobody really knows what's going on. And that moment where they go back to the laptop and you say, well, let's try again. Can you put your card into the laptop again? And they look at it, and it's now their signed card. That's an incredible moment. I mean, they just don't see that coming. And the routining behind this is genius. One of the things that, one of the reasons that this is so good is because the routining behind it, the spectators are looking at just the right spot at just the right time. So it's not difficult. And I know that a lot of people that are maybe new into magic are going to be looking at this and they're going to be going, oh my gosh, oh no, I couldn't get away with that. You absolutely can. Because, and I don't want to go into it too deeply because Noel and Roddy go into this in great detail. They talk about the psychology behind it and why the routine works and so on and so forth. I mean, one thing I've played around with, I've got another one of these cards over here. Let me grab this one. Another thing that I've played around with is actually having it as a visual change. So you've got the MacBook, and you fail to find the card, and you say, well, let me see if I can do this. Watch, if I just give a little rub. No, that's not happened. I tell you what, you give it a rub, and when they give it a rub, they can't tell anything, and you say, well, I tell you what, hold it in your hand like this. And then when they open it in their hand, it's changed. So rather than kind of a misdirection thing, you're doing more of a spellbound type change. Now, you can actually have it change into a card straight away, or you can have it change kind of in the action of saying, hold your hand out. So you put this into one person's hand, and you take it back and you say, hold your hand out for me. Fantastic. Can you hold on to this? And they just don't feel anything. And then this just goes south for the winter. There's so many different ways that you can actually accomplish this. And I think that the nice thing about this particular project is that I think that people are going to come with their own ways of doing this, their own way of handling it. But trust me, you put this open onto the spectator's hand, just like this. You put this here onto the spectator's hand. When it's switched for this, they can never tell the difference. Like, they just can't tell. It looks like it's exactly the same thing. It feels like it's exactly the same thing. That's what makes this such a strong moment. It's why It's why Look Sharp was so powerful. But I interviewed Trick Boom. I interviewed Roddy and Noel on this channel a couple of weeks ago. You can go back and look at it if you want to. It was a Talk Magic a couple of weeks ago, and I interviewed them and spoke to them about this particular routine. And I said something to them, which I'm going to say again on this review. I am calling it right now. In the next 12 months, there's going to be an act that goes on a Got Talent somewhere in the world, and they're going to do this trick, because it has every element that makes a Got Talent performance really strong. So first of all, it's something you could do to approach the judge's desk. You could do the laptop production off the judge's phone. You can have that whole moment where when the card changes into the laptop while the judge is holding onto it. You're going to have that reaction. Honestly, I think this is the perfect Got Talent performance piece. I really do. And I can see somebody going onto a Got Talent and absolutely killing with this in the next 12 months. I think that this is something that workers will absolutely love. I think anybody who's a worker that sees this will immediately know the value of this. This, for me, is as strong as the Omni deck. And the Omni deck is super strong. You know that moment where they think they're holding the deck, and at the end, it's the glass block. I mean, the reason the Omni deck is so popular is and every single worker, at least over here in the UK, does it, is because they just don't see it coming. They think they're holding a deck of cards, and then their whole thing turns over on their head. Well, it's the same with this. People think that they know what's going on. They think they know what's happened, and then all of a sudden, boom. The whole reality changes around them, and they've got no clue, and it's not what they thought it was. So yeah, I mean, this is as strong as the Omni deck as far as I'm concerned. It's a very, very strong piece, and regardless of difficulty. So let's just go through the pros. So the pros are, it's a great tutorial with lots of live performances. Regardless of your experience level, regardless of your skill level, you're going to have a handling in there which is going to suit you. You get lots of cards so you can practice it. The actual, your refills are inexpensive. There's not really any angles to speak of. Everything is highly motivated. It's relatively easy to do, but it's fun to practice as well. It's something that will require a bit of practice. And also, it's going to give you a massive, massive kudos in the real world. You perform this at an actual gig, you're going to have people going, what? No, I didn't see that coming. You're going to have reactions like that. You really are. And I know that because I have for the last few months. Pack small, plays big. You throw a few of these into your pocket and you're good to go. You just need to take one of these cards, put them on the bottom of the deck, depending on the routine that you're doing, and you're set up ready to go. I've played around with doing routines where you're doing an ambitious card and then it turns into this, and they're pressing the button every time the card comes to the top of the deck. That's something that you can do as well. You can make it as complicated or as simple as you want it to. Negatives, I genuinely can't think of any. It's a very well-priced trick. It's an interesting object. It's a really great tutorial. There's not really a negative to speak of, to be perfectly honest. I just think that people are going to get this. You know, like sometimes people go, oh, I don't like that, it's not for me. I can't see anybody buying this and actually trying it out and not loving it. I think that anybody who tries this out in the real world and actually tries it and sees what the reactions are like will know that this is an absolute solid worker. I think that there's a lot of good tricks this year. There's a lot of things that have come out in 2023 that I think are contender for a trick of the year, and I think this potentially is one of those tricks. I think I would not be surprised if this got trick of the year. Because everything about it, like I say, another pro is it's automatically reset. You want to do it again, grab another card, put it in the deck, and you're ready to go again. You're left with an examinable deck of cards that you can go into any routine. You can get into this routine at any point you want to, and they go through all of this on the tutorial with a fine-tooth comb. It's getting 100% from me. This is one of the best tricks of 2023. I'm proud to own it. I'm gonna, even Rylan wants to do this, and he doesn't do card tricks. I'm grabbing myself another few refill decks because I never want to be in a situation where I can't have this in my close-up set. It gets 100%. It's absolutely brilliant. You can get it from all good Magic dealers, or you can get it directly from Trick Boom, and it is a good one. So there you go, guys. That's another review show special in the bag. Do me a favor, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you like this trick? Do you not like this trick? I think this is just a super commercial gem. Let me know in the comments down below. And as we have reached the end of the week here at Magic TV, I want to say an extra special thank you to absolutely everybody who has tuned in this week. If you've watched 1 video, 2 videos, 10 videos, whatever you've watched, thank you so much for supporting the channel. I wouldn't be doing this without you, so thank you very much. You can subscribe if you want to. You can follow us if you want to. If you want to go ahead and join the Netrix, that's www.thenetrix.com. I'll see you again soon. My name's Craig from Magic TV.